Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. I'm playing video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I'm so sleepy right now. I really hope this helps. But anyway, we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering around about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm so sleepy. But, on top of being sleepy, I'm also wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That is not the case today. I actually got this item a couple days ago. I made a bit of a trek. Went out to go see a show, and it was in an area that I don't really go to. And so along the way, I decided to stop off at a couple places, check out, see what options were available, because sometimes it's interesting. Sometimes you find stuff that you just don't find, in your particular neck of the woods. And so I'm perusing around, I go to a gas station, and I find an item that I have never personally seen before. I don't know if it's a new item or an older item I just haven't run into. But, what is it? Why do I hope that it's going to help with my sleepiness? That's because, folks, it is, boom, Monster Juice. This is their Rio Punch flavor, which, it's energy plus juice. It just is what it is. Can we get a thing for a thing? We get a thing for a thing. Ha 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 ha. Maybe like that. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Sure. So yeah, man, I've reviewed a bunch of Monster flavors. It's got a little thing on the back. Brazil does it big. It's home to over 70% of all fruits ever known. Did not know that. Good on you, Brazil. Throw in the world's largest party, Carnival, in Rio de Janeiro, and you get some epic inspiration. Juice Monster Rio Punch is a totally new taste sensation. It's a blend of exotic fruit flavors with a hint of spice that's fully loaded with our world-famous Monster Energy blend. From the shore of Copacabana Beach to the top of Sugarloaf Mountain, Rio Punch will have you partying into the night. Unleash the beast. It's got like a, Carnival lady and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. It's got the thing. The artwork is very neat too. I don't know if it lists the artists anywhere, but that's neat. Anyway, let's try a thing, because I'm super duper sleepy. I went to that show on Saturday with about 3 hours of sleep in me. I did not get much sleep the next day because I had stuff to do, and then I had to go to work, so I'm real tired. All right. Smells good. Ooh. Ooh. That's doing some stuff I like. Yeah, buddy. That's a good one. I typically like the Monster Juice flavors that they have. They've got like the mango one, and then I think they've got like another punch one, I can't remember. I like this one, man. This one's good. It's got, it works, not only is it just tasty, but it has like a really nice like fruit flavor to it. It's really cool. What flavor is that? It's definitely something I've had before, but for whatever reason, I say for whatever reason, my brain is sleep deprived, so, yeah. It definitely reminds me of something, though, like a candy almost. It's very sweet. Probably a little bit sweeter than, like, your typical monsters, So, just be aware of that if you're considering it. But it's nice. It's got a nice fruity flavor to it. What the hell is that? That is going to drive me nuts. And like they say it's like a blend of exotic fruits. The one thing that I feel like I'm personally able to tag in a little bit, I think there's some lime in there. And in mind you, it's not like a tart drink. It's way more sweet than it is tart. There's a little bit of a something to it, but it's not tart. It's not even particularly tangy. It is really more sweet than anything. Just a little tang to, create a little contrast. Um, but there's definitely kind of a flavor of lime kind of thing to it. But again, more is just a flavor, not even so much of like a citrusy hit. It's gonna drive me nuts because I know it tastes like something. I almost had it. I don't know, maybe like sweet tarts kind of thing? Something like that. It reminds me of some kind of candy. I just can't think of what. It's driving me nuts. But otherwise, I really like it. For me personally, Monster is pretty good. It's not, an outright. Well, no, I would say I would actually go as far as to say that Monster as a brand is probably a go-to for me. I drink their Monster coffees, semi regularly. Even just their normal Monster Energy stuff. Like their normal flavors. Their what is it? Their pineapple ones, of course, I really like. Their black cherry ones really good too. They always have a lot of really good flavors. And I think this one is a nice addition. I think that, again, it falls in a similar line to the other like Monster Juice flavors that they have, but it's also very distinct. It's definitely doing its own thing. And, I don't think that, at least me personally, I don't think that I would ever get it confused with any of the other ones. I just wish I could think of what the hell that flavor is. Because what's going to end up happening is I'm going to go inside, fall asleep, wake up, and it's immediately going to pop in my head. If it does, I'll go over there and I'll write it in the description of the thing. But no, I really enjoy this. I think it's a very nice Monster flavor. Like I said, I like the Monster Juice flavors generally anyway. I think this one's a nice addition. I don't know how much it represents Rio. I've never been. I would be down with going to Brazil, I think. I do know, though, that, like, yeah, Carnival and all this stuff. I do know that, to be fair, every country has this aspect to it. I'm not singling out Brazil. But I do know it's one of those places where it's like, yeah, it's got some nice stuff, and then it's got some not so nice stuff, and, like, lots of poverty, and, like, there's a whole thing when they had their bid for the Olympics where they basically were shuffling people out of their homes kind of thing, and it's like, and again, I'm not just like, Brazil. It's like, trust me, I live in America. Shitty governments are kind of one of our things. But anyway, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with yes and yes. I think for me personally, it's a Monster. I'm sure it's going to do what a Monster do and give me a nice little bolster of energy eventually. And in terms of just the flavor, for me, I appreciate the fact that we live in a time now where, we don't have to choose between getting the energy and actually having good flavored energy drinks. There's actually really solid ones. And Monster has definitely been one of the companies that has led the way, I feel, in that. They have a million different options. They're always trying new stuff. And if this is a new flavor, great. If it's an older flavor I haven't run into, even better, because then it means it's been around for a while. If it is a new flavor, I personally think they should keep this one on shelves. I think it's really tasty and good. And hits for me. If I'm recommending it, still going to recommend it. I think, it's not going to be for everyone. Like I said, it is pretty sweet. It's definitely, it depends on what you want out of your energy drink. If you do just want more of the energy aspect, and because it's borderline almost like a candy drink. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make with it. It's not going to be for everybody. For me personally, it works because I like that kind of stuff anyway. But I think if nothing else, if you run into it, if it looks interesting to you, try it. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of the year. Folks, if you can go over there and have yourselves a truly please go ahead and get yourself some really good sleep-tastic rest of your life, because, like you can see I'm fading, right? Final two things. Number one, excuse me. On top of that, I'm a little bit under the weather, so that's making it all worse. Number one, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations like that where, we're forced to confront these things in our lives that, don't always work to our benefit, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, I want you to make sure that no matter what you do in your life, you get yourself some good rest. And I know that that is not always an easy thing to accomplish. Sometimes it's not even a possible thing to accomplish. I speak from personal experience. We all have to deal with shit in our lives that unfortunately can weigh us down, bog down our heads. It just kind of is what it is, unfortunately. But I really do hope that you're in a situation, whatever it may be, where, treat yourself right, rest, relax when you need to, don't overstress yourself out. That doesn't help anybody. Doesn't help you, doesn't help those around you, can degrade your health. Just don't let it happen. Anyway, bye.